a reference where Jesus says he's God in the Bible?
I'll show you that. That's absolutely fine. Yep, I will show you that explicitly. That is absolutely fine. Right. Now, let us be clear. Let us be clear about something. It is not necessary to show us in those exact words. No, let me finish. Now you're mocking, but if I flip it on you, you'll do special pleading. All right. So let me challenge Muslims. Let me challenge all of you arrogant. Well, let me challenge all of you arrogant Muslims. Let me challenge all of you arrogant Muslims. Show me in the Quran where Allah says pray 5 times a day. I want it in those words. Show it. You can't. No, bro. I am having a conversation with him. I will debate you in a second. Do not be rude. So I'll just talk to you. I'll come and find you, bro. I'll come and debate you. And when I do, I know exactly what you'll do. You will run away. Right. So let me show you where Jesus says explicitly that he is God. Right? Yeah, go on.
I believe the Bible's been changed.
That's fine, but the question still remains that I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to show you. Yeah, he's going to run. When I come and debate this guy, watch him run. Watch him run, because I am going to go and debate this guy. I deal with you people all the time. You'll run. You will. I bet you. Now, I want to have a conversation with you. Let me finish our conversation. Learn some manners. I'll come and debate with you in a second. Yeah, I'll come find you. Yeah, right. I'm going to show you where Jesus says explicitly that he is God. Okay? In the Quran, Allah gives himself 99 names. One of those names is the first and the last. Can you call yourself the first and the last? Right. I'm going to show you where Jesus calls himself the first and the last. Are you listening? Listening? Are you listening? No, listen. Siraaj. No.
You always run from me.
No, I'm going to.
Run from me.
Siraaj.
You always run from me.
Right, I'm gonna. Do you want to hear an answer to this question?
This guy always runs from me.
Do you want to answer listen to the answer to the question?
I'm staying here.
Listen to the answer to the question.
You talk too much here.
Siraaj, go to your mother and learn some manners. Your mother has failed you. You have no manners. You have no decorum. Go to your mother and ask her to teach you some manners. Siraaj, go away, Siraaj. You have no manners. Go away. Go away, Siraaj. No. I'm having a conversation with this brother, and then I'm going to have a debate with this brother, and then, I'm going to debate you. What did I say you would do? I said if I challenged him to a debate, he would run away, and now he's running away. He's running away. He's saying Siraaj is my spokesman.
Wait your turn.
Right, Siraaj, go away, you child. Go away, child. Go back to your mother and ask her what manners look like, Siraaj.
I'll prove you that.
Go away, Siraaj. 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 Go away, Siraaj.
Your turn.
Go away, Siraaj. 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 Go away, Siraaj.
Talk to me.
Go away, Siraaj. 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 Go away, Siraaj.
Go on.
Right, brother.
He doesn't want
brother.
to. I'm here.
Right.
I'm here.
Let me show you.
Brother.
Let me show you.
Wait.
Go away, Siraaj. Go away, Siraaj. Brother.
He runs away from me all
Let me
the
show you.
time.
Let me show you this passage. Let me show you this passage.
Show me.
Let me show you this passage.
Talk together.
Brother, let me show you this passage. Let me show you this passage. Let me show you. I'll tell you what. When Siraaj is not here, no, brother. I was trying to tell you something here. No, let me finish. No, all right. Right. Have a good day, brother. Have a good day. Have a good day. God bless you. No, it's over. I gave you a chance. Have a good day. Right. Where's this guy? Right. Now let's debate. I want to debate you. I want to debate you about something. No, don't run away. No, let's debate now then. Stop hiding behind Siraaj. Let's debate right now.
I'm here, coward.
Does Allah call himself the first and the last in the Quran?
That's not what I asked him before.
No, answer the question. Answer the question.
I asked him.
Answer the question. Would you like to do a time debate?
No.
Right, so you're going to run. Okay, right. So,
Telling me to run. And I'm not running.
Right, I'm listening to you.
I asked you a simple question.
Yeah.
Show me where Jesus says explicitly in the Bible that he's God.
Right, I'm going to answer that question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to show you as well. I will show you and answer that question.
Where he says
Yes, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Right. Stop hiding behind Siraaj. Stop hiding behind Siraaj. Ignore Siraaj. Talk with me. Right? According to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
I'll answer that question.
I want him.
Siraaj, go away. Go away, Siraaj. 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 Right, so, according to the Quran, who's the first and the last?
Wait,
Right.
ask him. Okay.
So Jesus, stop hiding behind Siraaj. He's hiding behind Siraaj. He's hiding behind Siraaj.
Where Jesus says
He asked a question, and each time I tried to answer the question, he just talks to Siraaj. So each time I try to answer the question, he talks to Siraaj. So every time I try to talk to him, he ignores me and talks to Siraaj. So let's try again. I'm going to answer the question where Jesus explicitly states that he is God.
Okay.
Now,
No. Hold on.
Explicitly states that he is God.
Don't misquote me.
We have you on camera. No one's misquoted you. But go on, state again.
I said for you to show me in the Bible.
Yes.
To show me explicitly.
Yes, I'm going to.
Where Jesus says he's God.
Yes.
Show me.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Please do it.
Right. So, right. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not scared. I'm stood here.
Ladies and gentlemen. The question, right, notice he's listening to Siraaj again. He asks a question, and then when I try to answer the question, he ignores the question. So he's literally using Siraaj to ignore the question. He's hiding behind Siraaj. So in Revelations, chapter 22,
I want him to show me this first.
do you want to listen to the answer? I'm going to talk to you guys because he's not listening. Jason, I'm going to answer the question to you. So in Revelation, chapter 22, Jesus says, can you hear Jason? Behold, I am coming quickly and my reward is with me, to render to every man according to what he has done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. No, let me ask the Muslim, according to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
You never answered my question.
Answer the question.
You never answered my question.
He's going to run. He's going to run. Answer the question.
I'm stood here.
So who's the first and the last in the Quran?
I got the answer.
Who is the first and the last in the Quran? Answer the question. Oh, he's running. No. I want to debate you. I want to debate you. I want to debate you. I want to debate you.
I got the answer.
According to the Quran, who's the first and the last? No. You interrupt. He's running. He's running. He's running. According to the Quran, who is the first and the last? I told you he would run. I told you he would run. He's run away.
Do you know?
Excuse me. Who's the first and the last? Who's the first and the last?
No, come talk
Who's
to me.
the first and the last? Who's the first and the last? Who's the first and the last? Who's the first and the last? Answer the question. Answer the question. Who's the first and the last according to the Quran? Who's the first and the last according to the Quran?
Don't push me.
Who's the first? Don't get in my way then. Yeah, don't get in my way. Don't get in my way.
Coward.
Don't push Sam. 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 I told you he would run.
Yes.
Did I not say he would run? And is that not what you saw?
Yes.
I told you he would run.
Saw him running.
I told you he would run.
Don't fight Muslims.
Now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't want to fight you. We don't want to fight you.
Let's look at why he ran away.
Yes.
Why did he run away?
Because
Because he asked the question. He said, show me where Jesus said that he was God. He said, show me where Jesus said that he was God. And I showed him where Jesus said, I am the first, I am the last.
Jesus was dead.
Christians, say it together. Jesus said, I am the first, I am the last. No, the first, I am the last. Now Muslims, let me ask you this question. According to the Quran, who is the first and the last? Let's ask Siraaj. Siraaj, according to the Quran, who is the first and who is the last? Answer that question. According to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
Listen, everyone. Be quiet. Dear Christians and Muslims.
No, hold on one second.
No one can shout.
Was he quiet when I was trying to talk? No! So he wants double standards.
Can he be quiet?
No one needs to be quiet for this troll. Nobody. You weren't quiet for me.
I got the answer.
You weren't quiet for me. So who? Answer the question. And answer the question.
Okay, would you allow me?
Answer the question. Go on, who is the first and who is the last? Who is, according to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
Let him tell you.
Yeah, I'm listening. Siraj. Siraj, I'm listening. No, Siraj, answer the question.
Can I tell you?
Siraj, we're waiting.
I got the
Go on,
answer.
go on.
I got the answer.
Speak, brother. Speak.
Can I tell you? After this, yeah.
No, because I'm only waiting for this one answer.
I'm going to embarrass
We're waiting for an answer, Siraj. Answer the question. What's the question, ladies and gentlemen?
Ask him to
The
be quiet.
question is, who is the first and the last according to the Quran? Answer the question.
Okay.
Answer the question.
I'll answer. Be quiet.
No, you don't need to be quiet for this troll. He wasn't quiet for me. Double standards. The Muslim wants you to be quiet when he was interrupted. Answer.
How old are you?
What's the answer to the question?
I got the answer.
According to the
I got the
Quran,
answer.
who's the
Can you be
first and the
quiet?
last? No, I don't need to be quiet for you. Because you interrupted me back there. Answer the question, Siraj.
Okay, I will answer.
Just answer.
Okay.
I'll count to 30. I'm going to give him 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. No, 30 seconds. The question is, according to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
Bible. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute.
Go.
Okay. So now be quiet. Okay. According to the Bible, he said Jesus claimed to be Alpha and the Omega. Yes. My first question: when Jesus was dead, how can a dead person be last? First question. Okay. Number two, he quoted and Revelation.
30 seconds. He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question. Let's give him another 30 seconds.
Okay.
The question is, there's vote. 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 Keep your Alice snack bar to yourself.
Another 30 seconds.
The question was, ladies and gentlemen, according to the Quran, who is the first and the last? Let's give him 20 seconds to answer the question.
answered my
I
question.
know, he know as
I
well.
got the answer.
But you not let
I got the answer.
What's the answer?
I got the answer.
Give us the answer.
Look,
Now 20
I'm
seconds. Come on,
going,
man.
I'm going to talk about both Quran and the Bible.
But that wasn't the question.
Yes, even in the Quran and the Bible. First, let me start from the Bible.
From the
Bob's
Quran.
not interested. He's
From
not
the-
20 seconds and he still hasn't answered the question. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is who, according to the Quran, is the first and the last? Let's give him 10 seconds. No, 15 seconds.
Forward.
We leave.
Okay, now I'm going to answer. Listen, can you be quiet, please?
Let's go.
15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and he still not has answered the question.
Talking over
The
me.
question
Can you be
is,
quiet?
according to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
Wait.
Let's give him 20 seconds again.
No, 20 is not enough. Okay, now I'm going to talk in front of you.
7, 8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And he still not has answered the question.
Don't talk about Bible.
Why is he afraid? Why is he afraid to answer the question? Because Jesus calls himself the first and the last in the Bible. So my question is, why is Allah stealing the divine titles of Jesus? Jesus is Lord.
I'm asking.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Goodbye, Siraaj. Take care. Goodbye, Siraaj.
Hey, Bob.
How are we doing? How are we doing?
Big rap, Pavel. What happened there, Bob? Sila!
Siraaj was being the clown that he was born to be, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you saw. Siraaj is a born clown and he behaves like a clown.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Notice, Siraaj insisted that everyone was silent while he spoke. But do you remember how he was interrupting me continuously?
I know.
Notice that Siraaj,
Yeah.
notice that the Muslim that I said would run away from the conversation
Actually
run away from the conversation. The question was asked by the Muslims. Where does Jesus call himself God?
Yes.
Well, to show where Jesus calls himself God, let's show where the Quran gives names to Allah.
Okay.
The Quran says that Allah is the first and the last. Jesus in the book of Revelations calls himself the first and the last. So my question to you Muslims, who is the first and the last? Jesus or Allah? Who's the first and the last? You're a Muslim. Jesus or Allah? Allah. So there you go. Where Jesus calls himself the first and the last, he's calling himself God. It's simple logic if you think about it.
Correcto mundo.
According to Jesus, he is the light of the world. According to the Quran, Allah is the light of the world. Muslim, who's the light of the world, Jesus or Allah?
Why are you asking me this?
Because you're a Muslim.
There's only one true God and it's Allah.
Who's the light of the world?
There's only one true God and his name is
It's
Allah.
not the question. Who's the light of the world?
One true God.
So, ladies and gentlemen, he's frightened of his own Quran. The Quran says that Allah is the light of the world. Jesus says he is the light of the world. So who's the light of the world? Jesus or Allah? If a Muslim says Allah, then that means when Jesus says that he's the light of the world, he is calling himself God. Who is the king according to the Quran?
The king.
Allah. Who is the King of Kings according to the Bible? Jesus. So if Jesus is the King of Kings, is he not therefore God?
Yes.
Jesus said that he is the resurrection. The Quran says Allah is the resurrection. So who's the resurrection, Muslims? Jesus, or Allah? Would you like to answer that one?
Allah has never been resurrected. He's always been.
No, the resurrection, not resurrected.
There's only one true God in his name.
Answer the question. You see, he's scared of his own Quran. The reality is, the Quran describes Allah as the resurrection. Jesus describes himself as the resurrection. That means that when Jesus calls himself the resurrection, he's calling himself God. Allah says that he is the truth in the Quran. Jesus says that he is the truth in the Bible. Let's see if the Muslim can pass this 101 test. Who's the truth, Allah or Jesus?
You know my answer to that.
What is it?
You know my answer.
I don't. I'm asking you. What?
You say my answer.
What is the answer?
Who is the truth?
He's frightened of his own Quran. According to the Quran, Allah is the truth. According to the Bible, Jesus is the truth. So when Jesus says, I am the truth, Jesus is calling himself God. So when the Muslim asks me to show him a clear verse where Jesus called himself God, I haven't just shown him 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I've shown him 6 passages where Jesus calls himself God. And just as predicted, they all ran away. Why did they run?
Why?
They ran because they have no answer. They have only catchphrases. That's all that they have. All you need to know is your own Bible, your own faith. But now here's a question for the Muslims. Why is Allah stealing the divine titles of Jesus? Why are you stealing the words of Jesus and giving them to Allah?
He knows.
I don't need to respect your Allah. I don't need. Go on.
الرحمن الرحيم
Sorry?
مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين
Great. You know, you should listen to Queen Elizabeth. She said you can't make windows into men's souls. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Speak English. What do you want to show me?
Come me and you and worship one God. Allah said,
Let me ask you this question. No, you're interrupting me. No, you're interrupting me. Answer this question. According to the Quran, who is the truth?
Yeah, he knows.
According to the Quran, who is Al-Haq?
Al-Haq.
Who is Al-Haq?
الحق is here.
Who is Al-Haq according to the Quran? No, answer my question. Answer my question. No. No, I'm not interested in Arabic. I'm not interested in Arabic. Don't read to me in English.
We will. Allah say we will show them our sign and the verse and in their own service. And it become manifest to them that the
That's
Quran,
not answering my question.
That the Quran is the truth.
It's not answering my question.
It's
not answering my question. According to the Quran, who's the truth?
That he is witness.
According to the Quran, who is the truth? Who is the what?
I am the truth.
You're the truth.
Yes.
So not Allah then. So not Allah then. So not Allah then. So not Allah. He's a kafir. According to Islam, he's a kafir. He's an apostate according to Islam. He calls himself the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any intelligent? I'm not interested in Arabic. I'm not interested in Arabic. Confitio Dei omnipotenti et vobis fretre que peccavi cogitatione et omissione. There you go. That's exactly what I was going for. Speaking to me in Arabic is like speaking gobbledygook. Speak to me in English.
Jedi, respect.
Right.
Come down with this guy, please. Jedi. I'm calling Jedi respect. Can you come down with this guy? Next
What?
week.
Because I ask you tough questions.
Jedi.
Because I ask you tough questions.
Please come to this year. Deal with this guy, please.
We love Jedi. We love respect. God bless them both.
Need to come back here from.
God bless Jedi and respect. So, ladies and gentlemen, any questions about Christianity?
You kind of look like the white Jesus.
Any questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Questions, uncle.
Jesus never be angry. Why are you angry?
No, Jesus was angry. So I'll show you. I'll show you.
Show him.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll show you you're wrong. I'll show you you're wrong.
When pass the message, the message of peace.
I show you you're wrong.
Smile.
You don't know.
Talk.
You don't know Jesus.
Of course I
Right?
know Jesus.
Look, I study
In this
something.
passage in the Bible, right? It said, let me show you. He said that here look, the Passover of the Jews was near, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem, and he found the temple, those who were selling oxen and sheep and doves, and the money changers seated at their right tables. And he made a scourge of cords and drove them all out of the temple with the sheep and oxen. And he poured out of the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. And those who were selling doves, he said, take these things away. Stop making my Father's house a place of business. His disciples remembered that it was that it was written, zeal for my house will consume me.
Yeah,
Yes, Jesus was angry.
Who wrote this book?
Jesus,
Who
John,
wrote
the
it?
Apostle John.
John, I could be like that one, is it?
Well, go ahead then.
Yeah, well, John.
See if the church accepts it. See if the church accepts
Oh,
it.
this is what somebody.
Do you know?
wrote.
Do you know who wrote the Fatiha?
Who?
Who wrote the Fatiha?
The Fatah.
Yeah, who wrote it?
Allah.
No, Allah didn't. No. Scribes wrote it. Which scribes? Which scribes? Which scribe? Which scribe wrote the Fatiha? They say to us, you don't know who wrote the gospel. Muslims don't know which scribe wrote which individual passage of the Quran. They don't know. They have a list of names and they say these scribes wrote the whole of the Quran, but they don't know which scribes wrote which part of the Quran. They don't know. Furthermore, there's more than one Quran. So which Quran are we talking about? The Wash, the Duri, the Hafs, which Quran do you want me to believe in?
You got Pakistani Quran.
What?
Pakistani Quran.
You got a Pakistani Quran?
Afghanistan Quran.
Yes.
I got Bangladesh
And what
Quran.
language are they in?
But they're different language. But
No, they're not Qurans.
What they are?
Because a translation is not a Quran. I know your deen better than you do. I know your Imam better than you do. I know your teachings better than you do. I could teach you about Islam. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, madam.
Know about Islam because
Yeah, I clearly do.
When we talk seriously, I thought you are simply nice talker. By feeling, you cannot.
You don't know
Never.
any. That's your own personal judgment and you're entitled to it. Any other questions about Christianity, ladies and gentlemen? A question. A question. Go on. What? It doesn't. You haven't answered my question. What is the answer to my question? Who, according to the Quran, is the truth? Okay, brother. Have a good day. Have a good day. Right. So, bro, I would like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably won't know, but ask me anyway.
That is totally fine. If you don't know an answer, I don't want you to make it up. I'm not asking you to make it up.
Okay.
According, the brother that ran away from the debate, the one that I ended up chasing around the park, the one that you came in to defend, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I was chasing him is he said to me, he interrupted a conversation that I was having, and I said, I'll debate you in a second, wait a second. And he said he wouldn't run away. So the moment I finished the conversation I was having and I turned to debate him, he ran, and that's when you stepped in, okay? Now, I want to ask you the question that I wanted to ask him, right?
Okay.
According to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
The best answer I can give you is there's only one God and his name's Allah.
Okay, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't know the answer to the question?
What do you mean with the first and the last? Because in Christianity,
So would you
Isa
like to
alayhi
jump
salam,
into this
Jesus,
conversation? Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Okay, sorry.
Would you like to be a formal part of this conversation?
I would, before I'm from Austria, my English is not very well.
It's better than my German. It's better than my German.
Okay.
So my question to you is, right, since he doesn't know the answer, and you sound like you do know the answer,
The first and the
according to the Quran, who is the first and the last?
What? The first and the last prophet, or the first or the last human being,
I
or
am
what?
no. According to the Quran, in terms
Yeah,
of
but what the
name.
first-
Okay,
You
I'll
know,
be very.
because in the Bible,
wait. I'll be
so-
very specific then. I'll be very specific. Who has the name the first and the last?
What do you mean the name?
I'll show you then. Fine, you clearly don't know.
No.
No, it's all right. I'll get it in the Quran.
Let me.
I'll get it in the
talk, let me
Quran.
talk.
Don't worry.
Okay. Brother, let
You
me
talk and
to the
I'll
brother.
find it in the Quran.
Yeah, but I need for the Quran, if it's give an explanation, a tafsir. I was Christian,
Please don't
but
bash
now
the
I'm
Quran while
Muslim,
it's in your hand.
alhamdulillah, since
Yeah,
7 years.
that's totally irrelevant to the conversation. I know a Christian.
No.
I know a Christian who left Islam
Look like
just this year. Just
Yeah,
this year.
no, because
So
of
it doesn't
unknowledge.
matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're getting baptized. They're getting baptized, bro. They're getting baptized.
Look,
So my point is,
in the
this
Bible,
claim
in
is
the Bible,
just irrelevant.
Adam alayhi salam, it was the first
One
and the last in his
second, bro.
time.
1 second.
Jesus,
No,
Jesus-
bro. Right. You're jumping into my conversation.
You ask me something, I want to
So
give you
I
the
want,
answer.
right, I
but
want
you
the
not
answer
let
to
me
my
answer
question.
you.
The
You
question
show me
is,
something else.
the question is, who is the first and the last according to the Quran?
Specific more.
Okay,
First and the last
who
prophet,
has the
ask
name?
yes or no,
You asked
prophet
for
or
more
not?
specific. I'm going to be more specific. Who has the name,
Yeah.
the first and the last in the Quran?
Read the Quran and you know.
I do know the answer to this question.
No, look. Let me, let me about.
100 name.
Go on, answer my question.
Allah has.
99 name.
Yes.
And Allah said, ask me.
Answer my question.
My name.
I'm waiting for you to answer my question.
Look.
Go on.
First,
Answer my question. Go on.
the first and the last.
Confitio de omnipotenti et vobis pretere quae cavae mio
The last
congitatione.
prophet is Muhammad.
Gibberish, mate. Go on.
The last prophet is Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
Not the question.
You ask me, because if you want to debate, you must ask me, because maybe I think false, maybe I think wrong. First you listen at me.
Yeah.
Please, okay?
My friend, can you ask him what you asked
I'm
me, please?
inviting
No,
this
I'm
guy
talking
to
to
come
you.
and debate with me.
talking to you.
Discuss with me.
Look.
So I'm waiting for your. No,
guy
I'm
doesn't
talking
want
to
to
you
know
to
I'm
answer my
Muslim.
question. Notice. Brother, answer my question. There we go. He's running away. He's running away. There we go. Another one that runs away. Told you he'd run away. Go away, Siraj. Go away, Siraj. Go away, Siraj. Go away, Siraj. Go away, Siraj.
You asked me who was the first and the last.
Yeah, I'm going to show you, according to the
Who was
Quran,
the
who's the
first?
first.
Who's the
I
first
told
one?
him, I answered
I'm going to
that
show
one. He
you.
doesn't know his Bible.
Surah
Yeah, I
in
told him.
57:3, right?
I need you, Aki. I need you, Aki.
Siraj, go away.
I
bro.
need you.
Siraj, Siraj, go away, Siraj. Siraj, we gave you a chance to answer the question, Siraj. You didn't answer the question.
Time for us.
We
Please,
gave
time
no,
for us. 2
Siraj,
minutes, 2 minutes.
Siraj, no, Siraj, no, Siraj.
No, look.
No,
if
Siraj.
the Christians can
No,
deal with this whole
Siraj.
person,
2 minutes.
No,
we want this
Siraj.
guy. We want this guy.
No, Siraj. No,
I'm challenging you.
no.
2 minutes.
Siraj, we're not interested, bro.
We are interested.
No, we're not interested, bro. No,
Bring
Siraj.
all your priests and
Siraj,
pastors here.
Siraj,
Let them help
Siraj,
you.
I'm not interested,
Why
bro.
you a coward?
I'm not interested,
Okay,
bro.
prove me I'm a
We
child. I'll
gave you
prove
plenty
the
of time
infant
to
here.
answer the question,
No,
and you
prove
didn't
me I'm a
answer the
child. I'll
question.
prove you the infant
Listen,
here.
Siraj. Bro, what's
Time.
this? Yeah, no, I've got it
Time.
here. I've got it here.
Time
But the
for
point
me.
is,
Time for me.
Siraj thinks that by behaving like an arsehole in the
Time
park,
for me.
that he's going to get my attention.
Time for me.
He's not going to get my
I'm going
attention.
to prove you're the
He
infant.
interrupted now 2 of my
You're a coward.
conversations,
You're a coward.
and he thinks that means
I'm
that I
going
owe
to
him
prove
something.
you're the infant.
We gave him multiple chances
How
over there
can you
to
give me
answer
a
the
chance
question.
when you talk
At
over me?
least 4,
How can
and he didn't
How
answer.
can you give me a chance?
I didn't go to
when you
Siraj.
talk over me?
He came to me.
How can
I am not interested in talking to this child. Talking to this child. Every Muslim that I challenge runs away.
I'm challenging.
And Siraj thinks that he can interrupt. I'm not interested in
He
talking to
doesn't want to
Siraj.
debate. Any Christian.
Just not interested. So guys, I'm going to get a cup of tea. Going to take a
Christian
break
apologist
to
here.
try and de-escalate this situation. Yeah, because I'm just not interested in talking to this clown. Just not interested.
Time.
Okay, I'm going to get a cup of tea.
Peaceful debate.
And I'm going to do it just to de-escalate the situation. Just to calm everything down. Just to calm everything down. Bye, Siraj! Bye! Bye, Siraj! I'm getting a cup of tea if you want to finish the conversation. You have an ego as thin as rice paper.
Away from me. Christian apologist.
Siraj,
You call a dead person last.
grow up, Siraj. Grow up, Siraj. Grow up, Siraj. Grow up, Siraj. Grow up, Siraj.